Hello and welcome to another Lost Ark video. What an absolutely huge update we have from Amazon Games and Smilegate. This was released 11 minutes ago. I'm going to quickly read through it. I've read through it once just before I made this video, just so I know what's in it. And we're going to read through it, and there's some big announcements in here regarding owning changes, regarding events, regarding the cadence of upcoming content. So without further ado, let's get into it. Heroes of Arcadia. We can't believe it's already been over a month since Lost Ark launched to Western audiences. Our teams at both Amazon Games and Smilegate RPG have been working tirelessly on stability, combating bots, preparing new content, and much more behind the scenes. We appreciate the support and patience we've seen from players around the world, and before diving into our team update, we'd like to thank the millions of heroes who have set foot in Arcadia and joined us for the start of this adventure. A look behind the curtain, progression, Argos, continent roadmap and skins. Launching Lost Ark in the West has been wonderful, a humbling experience and a great learning experience for us at Amazon Games and Smilegate. Our journey has been filled with late nights, creative problem solving and dealing with a lot of people complaining. Our goal is to remain transparent, sometimes brutally so, with our players. To set the stage, we'd like to reiterate some thoughts on progression we shared earlier this month. In other regions, players had to stay in Tier 1 and Tier 2 for a considerable duration, as Tier 3 had not yet been released. In the Western release, Lost Ark launched with Tier 1, 2 and 3 content. The intention is that Tier 1 and Tier 2 will be used as a road for players to understand the many systems in Lost Ark, encouraging players to explore the vast world of Arcadia and learn how intricate mechanics within battles play out. The first two tiers are designed as a mid-game prologue for the wealth of endgame Tier 3 content that Smilegate has developed since their original launch. As Gold River, the director, said, you are progressing at your own speed and enjoying horizontal content such as exploration, collectibles, quests and more alongside your vertical item level progression. A lot of players are currently progressing through Tier 1 and 2, some of you are already on Tier 3, ready to vanquish endgame challenges. Our goal has always been for players to progress at whatever pace they see fit. The Western version of Lost Ark launched with content at and above item level 1370, such as Night Fox Yoho and Volganos Guardians, world bosses, ghost pirate ships, chaos dungeons and abyssal dungeons, hard modes in Panika, I got that wrong but we'll carry on, partially due to player feedback we received on our closed alpha and beta tests. With that important content, I think it's interesting that they've mentioned that there, by the way. They've mentioned this because I think what they're trying to say is there was already content in the game above 1370 and nobody really complained about that. Maybe I felt that's what they were trying to say with that. Anyway, with the important context, let's talk about Argos. We've seen players' concerns that releasing Argos before a significant portion of the player base had progressed through Tier 3 made Lost Ark feel pay to win. We never wanted players to feel rushed in their quest to hit item level 1370. We considered having Argos available at launch, but viewed the Abyss raid as an important stepping stone, helping bridge the gap to endgame activities that have yet to be released in the Western version of Lost Ark. Looking at you, Legion Raids. Through that lens, we wanted to give Argos a spotlight and special introduction into Arcadia. We made a mistake releasing the March game update too quickly after launch. I think, a couple of weeks delay would have been fine. Data we analysed alongside Smilegate RPG from their previous launches projected that a larger portion of players would have reached the level required to challenge Argos. However, we overlooked certain variables, such as players spending more time on horizontal content and the price of owning materials increasing due to bots and real money transactions. I think that is actually a thing. I think that hyperinflated the cost of a lot of things, and I think that inflation is still in the game, to be honest. These factors contributed to a scarcity of T3 owning materials. Together, our teams at Amazon Games and Smilegate RPG are continuing to gather data on player patterns in the Western version to better inform our future content roadmap. We appreciate the patience and support we've seen from the community while we continue to learn together and work on updating our roadmap, and apologise for the confusion our early excitement has generated. After analysing data and listening to player feedback across all our community channels, we believe that an update that helps adventurers progress with the content currently in-game is more important than releasing new endgame content. We'll expand on this below in the owning section. With that said, sounds like owning changes are coming somewhere. Players should feel encouraged to progress at whatever pace they're most comfortable with. However, there is still a wealth of endgame content that needs to arrive in Arcadia. Endgame content will be introduced, but players should continue progressing at their own pace. Our goal is to provide fun content for players, even if it's at a higher level, while never making players feel pressured that they need to pay to progress. Flexibility has always been a driving force in the collaboration between our teams, as has ensuring that players are able to enjoy Lost Ark how they see it. From adjustments to the monetization for the Western version, like making sure that aside from account level features, everything can be earned in game, to listening to player feedback on content timing, we want to remain flexible. Now, there's something he said up here. With that said, players should... No, it was something up here. With content currently in game is more important than releasing new end-game content. We'll expand on that in the below owning section. Okay. Amazon Games and Smartgate RPG will continue to monitor, but feel that Legion raids, the definitive Lost Ark raiding experience, should be released after players have acquired enough materials to be confident and ready for the complicated challenges awaiting them. Don't worry, more content is still coming soon. Horizontal content like new classes, islands, and the continent of Southwind will release as planned. We will share a more comprehensive look into our content roadmap for April and May in the near future, after our week of in-studio collaborations concluded and the plans have been finalised. So that sounds like Legion raids will be delayed. However, other stuff like new Guardian raids will be coming. I need to have a look into what that content would be. Now that we've discussed our approach to progression and endgame content, let's move on to cosmetic skins and advanced classes. As we read the forums, watch streams and videos, check in on Discord and hop in game, we've seen feedback that players would like skins and advanced classes to be released at an accelerated rate. Interesting, this is new classes. These two categories of content are entwined, which is one of the reasons that speeding up too much is tricky. Existing skins in the Korean version were released before some classes, requiring art and development time to rig models with skins for newer classes, and special weapons that accompany them. Still, we are releasing skins at a faster rate than they were originally in Korea, and we will continue listening to players' feedback about the tempo of the release. Similarly, classes will be released faster, and our goal is to catch up. As we release new content into the game, we want to add new classes that complement that content. More classes will be available soon, and we'll share specifics in the upcoming roadmap we're working on with Smilegate RPG in studio this week. Alright, here we go. The big boy. Economy bots owning materials. Another area of player concern we've seen is around owning. We know that for every triumphant yell as a player succeeds a low percentage owned, there are other players frustrated with their attempt failing, leaving them without enough materials to try again. As players focus on the first character, we've seen that there are a lower number of alternate roster characters to help feed main characters and the economy with higher level owning materials. A shortage of tier 3 progression materials, no shit, coupled with problems introduced by bots, have made owning materials too expensive and a burden for players. To combat this, we will be supplying more progression materials for players to earn through fun in-game events, injecting more gold into mid to end game, continuing our hard stance against bots. So it seems like a lot of the inflation, I think what they're trying to say was if there wasn't bots, people would be able to afford the gear owning mats because the prices wouldn't be so ridiculous, which is right. I mean, if people are RMTing and getting a load of money everywhere else, things are going to be hyperinflated, prices are going to go through the roof. So yeah, I can get that. That is a valid, maybe they didn't plan for that, maybe they didn't think about that, and you know, maybe that's where this has all gone wrong. Damn you bots. Alright, injection of owning materials. In next week's update, we will provide additional Grand Prix owning rewards, introducing a new casual event Guardian raid to supply players with more owning materials and kick off the first season of competitive Proving Grounds. So we've got a new event. I said this in my previous video, which is up above. I told you to do this. I told you this was the way to go. Introduce a new bonus event with a ton of new materials people can get quite easily. And that is exactly what they've done, and they've delayed the next content. You can hire me at any point, Amazon, don't you worry. In this event, you can enjoy new Guardian raids in a more casual way, relax, play, and get owning rewards similar to the Grand Prix. You can enter once a day per roster and earn event-specific coins to spend on rewards at new vendors. There's going to be 2 horizontal events running alongside one another until the middle of April, it looks like. This vendor can be found in major cities alongside the entrance to this new activity. In this event, scale of balance is applied to change the character. So it's got... your level will basically level out to whatever level the Guardian is that you're fighting. Okay, well, stats to match the Guardian's level, and the difficulty is adjusted according to the number of participants in the raid. Players will be able to challenge Helgeia, Frost Helgeia, Lumerus, Urnal, Virtus, Chromium, Nacrocina, Dark Legros, Ice Legros, Calventus, and Lavanos. This event will last for roughly a month. Yep. And players with item level 250 or above will be able to participate. We'll reiterate the details of the event in next week's update notes, but are excited to spoil the surprise as players look to earn more owning mats. Alright. We're adding tailoring books. Ooh. So this is a way of, so they're not changing the gear owning rate specifically, they're just giving you more mats. We're adding Tailoring Books and Metallurgy books to the rewards table for players to increase their owning rates. Nice. And we're increasing the number of event coins earned to help players get items easier than before. Very nice. We hope these new rewards will help players as they look to progress to T3 and beyond. PvP rewards. For players eagerly awaiting PvP action, Season 1 competitive proving grounds will release in next week's update. Players will be able to earn a variety of rewards, including access to weekly owning materials. Lovely. We'll have a dedicated article announcing more details next week. We'll continue to review player feedback and data around owning materials, rates and prices within the in-game economy, but are excited to provide more opportunities for players to gather materials starting this month. Conclusion. Holy crap, I need a drink after all this. We know there's a lot to unpack above, and even with context information, you may have questions, concerns, and feedback. Our team at Amazon Games and Smilegate will continue to listen to your feedback and work to communicate as openly with you. Well, we know all this. They're going to give you a bunch of free stuff, by the way, to say sorry. You got a new animal skin selection chest. You got whatever this cute bad boy. Ooh, is that snowboard? Is that snowboard? Appearance change ticket, 130 peons. We love peons. Manelix Tome, legendary card selection pack. United structure. Cute. Oh, there we go. Nice, like a Universal Studios thing. Amazing. Well, that's that. Okay, so basically, guys, you've got no changes to gear owning per se, but a lot of extra mats coming in for free. That in turn will also bring down the cost of owning mats in the auction house. Excellent. Okay, so this is a beginning. I hope they don't delay the content too much. I mean, you've got the 3 Argos phases, right? Now, what was actually coming after that? I believe it was a Legion raid, right? I hope for a May release of that Legion raid. I think that gives people enough time. They keep doing little bonus events like this, they'll be fine. But that's it. I don't want the video to go on for too long. That is the update. That is the change. A lot more owning materials are coming. Amazing stuff. What more could you possibly ask for? This is Lost in the World. Thank you very much. Take care. Peace out.